everybody, hope you're having a great day. Today I'm using natural light. It's decided to be overcast out, but I'm gonna be nice and sunny, right? Sorry, bad pun. I had to throw it out there. Alrighty, I'm waiting for a new light bulb for my ring light. It's burnt out. I've had it for quite a while, so I'm not surprised. Alright, today we're gonna do a review of Tarte's 2017 Christmas palette, The Magic Star. I have some definite opinions on this, and I will let you know what people are comparing it and how I feel the differences in the comparisons. Alright, first thing we're going to talk about is the packaging. It is gorgeous. I love the colorings. Tarte always nails it with their packaging. I swear, it just like draws you in and you're like, ooh, ah, pretty. But it is a little bulky when you're holding it like this. It's kind of like, they're trying to make it compact and easy, and I can relate to that and understand that. But when you first grab it, it feels bulky, and then pulling it open from the middle was a little different. I'm going to be on a little different. So when I put it on my table, I have to make sure I'm doing okay. But once I get it open, it's pretty good sized. I'd say it's a foot by a foot, so it's a good sized palette. It does come with two lippies. It comes with the Tarte Glossy Lip Paint in Myth. And it comes in the Tarte Lip Paint in Castle, which is definitely more of a nude to the pink gloss. So the top one's the matte lip paint, the bottom is the gloss. It also comes with a eyeliner, just a basic, simple, everyday eyeliner. It's called Sex Kitten. Just a basic black eyeliner. I've used it today. It's okay. Normal, nothing fancy. And I have not used this because I have used this in the past. I like this for curl, but I don't like it for volume or length. It does okay on length. Volume, nothing. But it gives me a lot of curl. So that's the one thing I liked it. I was using it in conjunction with other mascaras to really get the most bang out of my buck, if you will. So, like I said, I haven't opened it because I've used it before, and I have two mascaras open right now, and I don't want them to all dry out on me. Alright, we're going to start with the face products. The bronzer on here is actually pretty good. I was actually very happy. It's right here. It's not too cool tone. It's not too warm tone. Sorry, I was trying to record this before, and I accidentally kicked over the stand. Klutz of the Year award, right? Alright, next thing are the blushes. They are actually very similar. I use one as a back blush and then the other one as a blush topper because one has more sheen and the other one is definitely more orange. There's the one with the sheen. There's the one that's more orange. So I've been using this down here, and I came back with a light hand with this over this to give me more glow. Now, the highlighter on here is very yellow tone comparatively to the other ones. You can kind of see it. I think it's the only thing that doesn't really match the rest of the powders. I wish they'd gone more champagne-y or even a light yellow, because I think that would have played better with this than the gold. So, and the gold I find is a little deep sometimes for my cheeks, so I have to buff it in. And I tend to use my gold highlighters more like a blush topper than a highlighter. So, this one ends up having two blush toppers for me instead of a highlighter. But that's okay. It's not a bad thing. We'll work with it. Then we have our colors. You have your cool browns. You have your warm browns, which lean a little bit towards the burnt sienna red look, which is very nice. This is a purple look that I've done on 2 videos ago. In my last video, I had this one on. I have done this one once. It's very cool tone, very gray, very cool. It's not my thing. I don't do a lot of cool looks. I have one on today, but it's not that cool. But I don't do a lot of cool looks. And then on the bottom is a blue look, but they put a gray tone taupe in there to help you with that, which I do like instead of a light blue. Though the light blue would have given you more variety, I'm fine with that. These light colors are very gradient. They look similar, but they are very different. The pendant, wander, a Magical, which are all matte and the light colors, I've been able to use as a brow highlight and inner corner and have not had any problems. These glitters are pretty darn good too. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mattes. So half of them are mattes and half are, not all are glitters, some are shimmers. I have a hard time with that word. Partial is more of a shimmer, so is Sweets. They're more like a satin sheen, where Brooch and Tassel are leaning more towards the glitter, but not truly there. Indulgent and Gallblade are both more true glitters, so are Majestic, Gleam, and Joyous. But the rest of them are more of a sheen. So I do have Tassel. I have the whole blue, the whole bottom row on today. And you can kind of see this is Tassel. It's got a lot of gleam, but it's not as glittery. My inside corner highlight is not this palette. I ended up reaching for a different palette to make it work. But I tend to go blinding on the inner corner, so you can either use a Stila Magnificent Metals or like the Butter Londons or Catrice. I have a review coming up, a comparison of the three. But do I think this is worth it? Yes, I do. I think this is a very good palette. I've heard a lot of people compare this to the Tarte Pro palette. They are very similar shades from here to there. But that one has more of the raspberry purples, where this is more of a dusty purple. That one, the reddish oranges are leaning more towards orange. This one leans more towards red. This has a cool tone row that one did not. The brown tones are probably, the top row is probably the closest in my opinion. But even then, there's some shift variances. Most people aren't going to notice it. You can get similar looks between here and there. But I think this one actually has the better formula, which is kind of funny because the holiday palettes are usually not as good. This one I find it blends nicely. It packs on nicely. I'm not having hardly any fallout at all. That's the one thing I like about Tarte palettes. There is no fallout for most part. This one has none. The Pro palette had a little bit more than this does. I am kicking up some dust in the pan, but as long as you tap off, you're good to go. And even then, I didn't always tap off. Like when I used that tassel and patted it on my eye, I did not tap it off. Now, did I use a primer with my eyes? Yes, I do. I always use either Lorac. I have the Lorac one. I have the Urban Decay Eden, and then I have the Ultra version of that one. I did do that, but I also did a cut crease with this look today. So I cut creased on the inside, not on the outside corner, just the inside, and came back with the blue to really intensify it. I find if I don't do that, the blues, they blend together. It still looks good, but it's not as intense as this is. So I think for the price point, what you're getting out of it, it's good. Do you have to have it? No, I'm going to be honest. If you have a lot of Tarte palettes, you probably have some duplications on this. But if you're somebody who likes makeup or doesn't have a lot of makeup or has never used a Tarte product, I think this is a good foray into it. It's easier to blend than some of the other ones. You have decent pigmentation. It's not overly pigmented or unpigmented. It's not like Subculture on the ABH or Subculture palette, which can be very pigmented and you need to really use a light hand. This one you can kind of dab in and blend in if you want. You can build it up, which is nice. Yeah, so I do suggest this for anybody who likes makeup. Do you have to have it? No, like I said. Grading A to F, I'm going to give this a B+, only because of the highlighter, the packaging, and the fact that, you know, somewhat of a duplicate of what they previously had. I've actually been, you know, they used to put greens in all these things, and then they went away from the greens, and now we have the raspberries, the purples, the blues, and the oranges. I would love to see something with green, the oranges, and raspberries. I think that would be a beautiful blend in a palette. That's what I'm looking for. But other than that, you guys, y'all take care. Remember, you do you. Bye!